Are you guys going to teach class?
Huh?
You going to do Seisan Kata? Hey guys, working from home today with Miko and Bella, so hopefully they're going to help us do a little Seisan Kata. Last time we talked about, we bridged from Nahanch to Wansu, with the underlying theme being using the hips and the waist to turn to create the movement. Seisan Kata is also Shorin Kata, and it has the same elements in there, but they're more subtle, okay? Because the stance primarily is Seisan Dachi, right? And that doesn't have as much opportunity for hip rotation as, say, Nahanchi does, or Wansu out of Iwo Dachi, okay? So, but it's still there. And the challenge with this is to make it, at first, physical and more energetic, okay? So we'll talk it through. So you guys may get ski, right? Set, your Dutch. So if you think about, and this sounds very elementary, but we walk every day, usually, and most of the times we pick up the foot and we fall into it. We don't want to do that in karate. We want to be able to have balance at all times and be able to change position at any time. So how do I ensure that I'm on balance when I'm stepping and not falling into that? So from Hyodachi, I have to sink into my right foot so I can step with my left. And by sinking in my right foot, it means I'm turning and I'm closing this inguinal crease here and weighting completely in my right. But my hips are also turned to the right, so as I come out for the block, they start to unfold into this block and punch. And my hips are actually a little past center now, and that front inguinal crease on the left side is being folded. Okay, in Tai Chi, these are called gates. These are called kwa. And when one's open, the other one's closing. And that's really generating the power that we're having in this kata, in a lot of katas. So look for that in your seisan, right? Here. Okay. So now we're going to come in, same thing. I have to step and then unfold here. Step, unfold here. Okay. I've mentioned in class a number of times this whole idea about Isshinryu being 50-50. Okay. It's not. It's 50-50 at glimpses throughout the kata. But dachis are transitional. You're not going to get into Seisan Dachi. Okay, let me get my 50-50 and do everything here. This is basically dead in the water then. All right. There's no movement. There's no yin and yang. There's no transition. There's no ebbing and flowing. All this stuff has to happen. And it passes through 50-50, but it doesn't stay static at 50-50. Okay, the Tai Chi people call that double weighted. So you don't want to be just 50-50, oh, that's balance. No, that's not really balance, okay? If you think about the yin and yang, it's always seeking balance. All right? It's always getting full and then empty. All right? And that's what we're doing with our dachi transition. So something is filling and then something is emptying, and that keeps going throughout the entire kata. So we're here. I'm coming back, I'm weighting this leg, and I'm pushing off and coming up here. So, because this is straight on movement, double-sided, I'm not turning my hips really one way or the other. So how do I get power with a double block? So, a little bit is forward momentum, okay? It's also sinking into your dachi and coming out of your torso with your block. Okay, Avicula calls this rise-fall, but it's basically separation energy or split energy. You're coming down and up. Okay, so try that. We talked about. We'll get to that in a little bit in Seisan when we get to the kicks. So we're coming around here. I'll do this from this side. Again, sink and then unfold. Notice what's happening with the weight distribution on your feet. And what I'm doing with mine is left leg's weighted, Right leg is weighted, left leg is slightly weighted. So this pullback is going left, right, a little bit to the left, and then back to the right. So that coiling energy that we found in Won-Soo, find it in Saison. Okay, you're here. So if I want to exaggerate this, it's not going to be this. Okay, I'm going to exaggerate the movement. It's going to be. Now that is a visual of what should be happening internally. So see if you can find that. So it's not as ostentatious as that movement, but that you find that more internally with the energy coming up from the ground and coming out and then back. Okay? So we just did that 3 times here. Now, we have block, punch, punch, kick, punch. And in class, everybody, and I did it, block, punch, punch, kick, punch. And there's this gap between the kick and the punch. So how do we get that without falling into that back leg and not having a delay between the punch? All right, so it comes back to this whole rise-fall business, right? So you're here, block, punch, punch, kick. As this goes down, this is going out. So this weighting of this, which is not falling into it, it's just coming back down, is counterbalancing this punch. All right? Block, punch, punch, kick, punch. Okay? The same can be said for Won-Soo here. And if you want to try this with a partner, that sounded silly these days, but get your spouse or your kid to do this. Okay? But as they push down on your knee, maybe the stuff that pushing down is going to reinforce this punch. All right? Just don't hit them too hard. You're going to sue me for telling you that. So find the counterbalance between the weighted leg and the punch going out. All right? Come in here. Punch. Drop down here. I know I'm facing the wrong direction, but I wanted to show you guys the front view of what we're doing. So block, punch, punch, kick, punch, sink. This is kind of like a rise fall too. So keep your awareness in the game. I see a lot in classes people doing this, kind of getting out of the way. You're staying in the game. You're just getting a little bit out of the way by turning on a diagonal. But this is here. So if you came back to Saison, this would be a good middle block. And that's going to keep this strong. Okay, come back, hip check the dog. Okay, on this side, I'll show you what we're doing. So coming here, so this is a lot of back and forth here. So this is a great opportunity to work on that filling and emptying of your feet, going back and forth. Down, not out, sink down, and then back down. Okay, cross, sink down. Okay, whole body's coming down. So 1, 2, 3, we're all going to happen together. Placing the foot down, blocking, and adjusting the rear leg are all going to happen simultaneously. And it really kind of integrates the movement, and the whole body's behind that block. Okay. So I'm here, coming across, kick. Again here. We'll go to the last piece. You can find that spiral energy here, and going out the palm. Grab them, kick them. Again, down, out. Okay, you have a lot of opportunities in this kata to play with that. So, Saison is a really deep kata, and a lot of styles like Shorin-ryu, it's an advanced kata. And it's an advanced kata in Isshin-ryu. And why Shimabukuro put it first, I don't know. But it's easy to mimic on the surface, but there's a lot of subtleties in there. And you're really getting a chance to work on these gross outer movements that show up in other kata more internally. So work on opening and closing of the hip gates, weighting, turning, unfolding, finding the spiral movements, especially in pieces like this. We didn't mention, but this rotational torque, by turning the body, use that. Rise fall from here, rise fall from here. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff you can work on in your Seisan, and then bring it out again in the rest of the katas. Okay, so we'll call it a day for now, and next time I think we'll go back to Shinto and see if we can kind of pull the principles we're talking about in Seisan with the Wansu and the Nahonchi that we discussed already. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in a few days. Have a great day.